Good morning, YouTube. This is Sunday morning here in General Tres Cavite with Big Daddy Richard Reed. This morning I'm going to give you a tour of our home. To buy a home in the Philippines, yes or no? Good morning. This is our little abode. This is our car we just bought. Two-story townhouse. And our lovely gate. This is our car park. This we added this. This was open. There was a hole right there that goes over to the neighbors. We closed off. We added the roof. We added that, and we added a sliding glass door to the extra room that we converted into a bedroom for me. If I the day I quit walking up the stairs, I got my wife an automatic washing machine, Whirlpool. This is her karaoke machine that she got covered up, and our washing, our water supply, our freezer. So this is home. If the house looks a little bit messy, it's because we have three children. I said if the house looks a little bit messy, it's because we got three children. It's Sunday morning. This is our living room. We really didn't do nothing to this room other than paint, our cabinets, our dining table. That's the thing that your dish drainer, microwave, ceiling fan, and of course you've got to have a mirror if you have Filipinos in the house. Judith added these from the builder. He made them. Very nice. And this room we have a problem with the lighting. But this room we've converted. This was part of the car park. So we closed this off, put the sliding glass door, filled in the floor, put some tile down. This what I'm going to use this the day I can't quit making. So right now is our refrigerator. We got a full size Samsung refrigerator. Those little Filipino ones just don't handle all the beer I drink and the food we eat. Samsung TV, more fans, and of course the water cooler. This was a gift from my friend Dave Cargo from Canada. We've got this nice living room set. Okay, we're going to make it way upstairs. This room is what they call a dirty kitchen. This is where Judith cooks at, cleans her dishes, and stores some of our supplies. 2 bags of rice. Always have plenty of rice. After the lockdown happened, always have plenty of rice. Some to eat, some to give away. So now we're going to make our way upstairs. If you're going to live in the Philippines, you're going to have stairs. They don't have many ranch style houses here. And here we go upstairs. There's our dog, Argus. He was a little dog, but boy, he loves to eat Honda Cell, so now he's a big dog. And if you're in the Philippines, you're going to have a wet bathroom. That means Everything is in one room. We got the hot water heater, little shelf for storage, and we didn't do nothing with that. This is Angel cleaning up her room. This is where the kids sleep. And this is our room. This is Divine and Matt. And in here we have an inverter, aircon, internet TV, printer, computer stuff. And this is my internet TV box. I can get thousands of channels. Mainly, I can watch Tennessee Volunteer football or basketball. This is the extra room. This room was to be Matt's bedroom, but because it's so hot here in the Philippines, the kids have a little air conditioner and he gets to share the air conditioner. This is Judith, my wife, my beautiful Filipino wife. Tell me, do you like this house?
Of course.
And we were renters before.
No, I don't like it. I love this.
And this is another thing that we added. We added our balcony here. We got a roof over it, which takes care of all the sun. The neighbor's house. CCTV. CCTV. And we have LED lights here that goes out into the road that protects against robbers, because there is robbers. You do have neighbors, house going up there, going to be exactly like that one, and exactly like that one, and that one. But because of the coronavirus, the workers being gone since March the 15th. This is a very nice, quiet street. We don't have a lot of partiers or drinkers. Every now and then we get some singers. And my wife's plants. She's went plant crazy. And last year we bought these window up here. It's double pane. It don't let the sun come in. It's made the room a little bit cooler. Now this house here, you can't see it, but they've added solar power, complete solar power. It's not dependent on Meralco. They're selling what they don't use back to Meralco. So we'll see how that works. And of course, Signal TV. That's for the kids. So now I'm going to walk back in. Here in the Philippines, you have to have cages over all your doors and windows. It's a shame, but you have to have it. People do break in here. On this window, our cage is on the inside. And again, there's Argus. He runs the house. He's the boss of the house. And again, Judith went crazy with the plants. She's got them stuck every place. And my beautiful little daughter, Divine. Say hi, Divine. And my mama's quilt from Tennessee. That's the state flower of Tennessee. Beautiful. My mother was almost 88 years old. She passed away in 2018. And I tried to bring as much stuff from her home here to make this our home, which we've done. I'm gonna venture back downstairs where we can talk. more more flowers. This is where Argus sleeps at night. That way, if somebody tries to break in, he wakes us up. This is our downstairs CR for the kids and everybody. Typical Filipino. They got a bucket in the bathroom. So, what do you do here in the Philippines? Do you buy or do you rent? For me, I guess I'm a different soul. I come here to make this my home. I didn't come here to stay a little bit and run back home. I've made some mistakes. I've made some good mistakes and some bad mistakes. The best mistake was finding Judith and having her loving family love me. You know, when I first got here, I rented a condo in Parinaki, which is a suburbs of Manila. You know, outrageous, 15,000 a month. We had to pay for everything: water, electricity, internet. Our budget was very, very high. Uh, then the restrictions, the family couldn't come over and visit except on certain days. We couldn't barbecue. We couldn't hang clothes out on the balcony. Every time we did something wrong, we got a ticket. So we finally got fed up. We come up here to General Tres Cavite, which is about 2 hours out of Manila, and found our first home rental. I think we was paying 12.5, which is a little bit over $200 a month. It was basically the same house. These houses are basically the same. 2 CRs, 3 bedrooms, living room, and a community room. And the problem with that house was is that every time it rained, my son could take a shower in his bedroom. I mean, it would just pour down in his bedroom. And then to get something fixed, like pulling teeth, very, very hard. You'd ask the owner to come fix it instead of getting a professional. The woman would get out there with roof mastic and try to mastic everything up, and it needed more than that. Uh, so finally, I was in America. Had to go back and take care of selling the house and stuff. I got a call from Judith. She says, "Honey, we got to move." I just told the lady we was moving out of the house. I said, "Well, that's fine. Just find us a house big enough that we don't have to move again." So she found a house right behind where we were living, and I think we were paying 8.5 for that house. That's a little over $140 a month, and we had the option to buy that house for 1.6. And that house and this house is basically exactly the same house, except we don't have the improvements that we did. But we had a neighbor that we argued with. They'd sit up and play music all night. They didn't have school age children, so I would complain about the music all night, and it didn't matter. They just play it louder, drink more. We ended up having to go to the barangay over it, but at that point I told Judith, I said, let's just look. But lo and behold, the woman that owned that house that we had problems with told us about this house. And we come down and looked at it. It was a mess. Uh, Hole in the roof. The outside where the car park was, the roof over that, or little roof, was all rotted out, just pouring water down every place. This house, you walk through the front door, and whoever lived here before had extension cords going to every light, every fan. In other words, none of the sockets was working. So we tried to bargain with. I offered her 500,000. Of course, they said we will not take nothing less than 1 million. Well, we fooled around, and Judith and I liked this house. And at that time, I had, a little extra money, so we. I told Judith, I said, try to Jew her down. Well, Judith tried, and she wouldn't move much. And so I told her, I said, offer 900,050 pesos, and that's the last and bottom offer. So she took it, and that was like 50,000 less than what she wanted, but at least we got at least another 1,000 off the house. In total, that was about 20,000, a little less than 20,000 we paid for the house in bad condition. We put approximately around 300,000 in the house, which is $6,000. But what I did was first thing, we got an electrical engineer here from Morocco to come here and take care of the electrical problems. I didn't want to plug in something that didn't work. That was 15,000. But every light works except for this one room that we added. That was done by the builder, and I can't say it was his actual fault. I think he had one man that really was retirement age, and he just didn't want to do nothing. But that's just, you turn the light on, it don't come on. I touched it one day and it bit me pretty hard, but I can handle that. Then upstairs in the CR, it had about a 2 foot actual hole in the ceiling. It had just let water pour right down through that hole right into the CR, which thank God it was the CR, and the upstairs electrical was just as bad as the downstairs. Everything had an extension cord. Again, after the electrician got done, all that got okay. Well, then I tried to find a good, honest builder. Now that's the hard part of it here. Of course, the first person we had look at it didn't measure nothing, didn't have a tape measure. Said, "Oh, I'll do it for 75,000 pesos." I knew he was full of crap because that would barely take care of the painting. So we looked on, and one of our neighbors from the other house, he's called a friend of his. They come over on a Sunday night, and I got mad because they come at night. They said they were going to come over, and then they showed up, and it was dark. Didn't have a tape measure. I said, "Well, son, I'm not going to even show you the house. You don't have a tape measure. It's dark. You can't see what you're doing. I want you to give me a price of what it's going to cost, and that's all you're going to get. So I want you to make a good price the first time. Do it right." And I told him I'll pay you. I'll try to pay you every week of a percentage of what you've got done. So he come back, 100,000 pesos to do all the things I wanted to do. I didn't add a couple of things I regret very much, but that's life in the big city. At the end of it, I paid him about 125 to 130,000 for labor. The rest of it was material, and Judith bought everything. That was her department to go out and try to get the best price for material, and I think she did the best thing she did. We kept receipts, but you know what? I never got down and calculated what the actual cost was. I just know how much money we actually spent. So, do you want to buy or do you want to rent? Well, that's up to you. We're pretty good. We don't have a house. In our budget, we don't have a house payment. This house would probably rent for about 10 to 15,000 a month. So there's $200 to $300 we don't have to worry about.
And good thing here, it's not a flooded area. No matter how thankful you go.
Yeah, and just like Judith said, here, let her tell you. Sit down and talk to me, Judith.
Good thing here in our area, it's not a flooding area. No matter how bad storm, typhoon, never had a flood here.
Tell them about Tell them about our Tahil volcano that erupted.
Uh, it's far from here, but of course the what you call the tiny the one
The
the
asphalt.
ashfall really hit us as bad as the closest province here. Really bad.
Okay, well, you met her, and she told you a little bit about it. Well, the whole time that the volcano went off, I was in Tennessee. I was basically on the lockdown there because when I went
My
back,
balcony full of ashes.
as she continues on, she says the asphalt was the worst thing that they got out of the Tahil eruption. Every morning she'd have to go out and wash off the balcony. I told her not to sweep it, but sweeping it would cause real fine glass to get up in the air, which is bad. So anyway, here we go. To me, it was my decision to buy a house. Of course, foreigners cannot own land here, so you have to really trust and love your wife. And I trust her with my life. You know, she's been watching my back for a little over 7 years now. When we lived in Paranaki, every time I'd go to an ATM, I told her to watch my back because this is a bad place. And she'd get right behind my back, protecting me from anybody. But so I trust her. If something happens, at least Judith has a home. She's not going to have to worry about going to sleep. These kids will have a place to lay their head. Judith and the kids will probably have to go to work once I pass away and figure out how to get some kind of income coming in the house. But they do have a home, and a home to me is the most important thing. But you know, set your budget. You know, to me, this is what I want in life. I wanted a home, a family, and I wanted to live in the Philippines. My dream, still is my dream, is to have that beach house on the beach. But my dream's always bigger than most people's. I want that nice big house with a swimming pool and all that stuff. And, you know, I've done got one picked out, 15 million pesos, but my budget doesn't cover that at this time. Right now, we probably got 200. I mean, yeah, 130,000 into this house. I mean, a million 30,000. 1,300,000 into this house. The insurance company has valued it 2.4 million. So that's a 900,000 addition to what we got into it and what the insurance company says it's worth. So I think we've made a pretty good deal. And sometimes here you get good deals, sometimes you get bad deals. Anyway, this is the last of my video today. If you have any questions, please contact me through leaving a comment, or my email is rdreed, REED 2004 @gmail.com.
Or they can comment below your video.
And you can comment below on the video. Any questions? Taxes on this house is about $30 a year. Insurance is less than 100, and that's talking about everything, even volcanoes. It even takes care of acts of God. So, you know, the only thing I worry about is the fire from our neighbors. That's the worst thing I know, because the other people next door are older people, and several times they've let food on that stove. We'd have to go. Judith had to go over and tell them that they got stuff burning. But so far, we've had so good luck here, and I think it'll continue. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank
If you
you
like,
for watching.
huh?
Thank you for watching. And
Thank you for watching.
please
Don't forget
to subscribe,
to subscribe
like, and comment.
and comment and like. That's my sweet wife telling me what to do. Isn't
God
she
bless
wonderful?
all.